we'll start here, and tends to be a lot of mulch under conifer trees, so I may not stay very long here, and then we'll progress through the wood in a westerly direction. Alright, that's 12 at 80%, probably a shotty. Hoping the ground's not frozen today. 12s and 13s seems to be the predominant number for shotties, but they do range a bit, in truth. See the grey soil. Don't know if it's out or if it's just something lying on the surface, maybe. Right. Alright, what we got there? Looks like a 303 bullet cartridge, unfortunately. One thing I've found today, unfortunately, is lithium-ion batteries. Because they've been in my car and it got down to -6 or 5 last night, they've lost a lot of their charge. I've got a 16 or an 18. 70%. An interesting signal. Hope it's not a bottle cap. It's got a double-edged signal like that, or something. Sheet metal lying on its edge, maybe. Something flat lying vertically, if you get my drift. There's a bit of iron in there too, unfortunately. Can't tell if it's out or not. Yeah, it's a bit irony. Signal's a little bit irony. It wasn't very deep. So probably another shotty, he says. Yeah, it's right on the surface. Whatever it is, yeah, it's a shotty, unfortunately. Frozen. One started out as a 13. It's gone up to 23 now. It's come out of that hole there, not very deep, but is it going to be a shotty? I assumed at first it was a shotty, so I wasn't going to film it. Oh, it is a shotty, but it's more complete, so maybe that's why when it's lying flat it's 23. It's interesting, some large blocks of sandstone, presumably removed from the adjoining field, placed by the farmer by these trees. Could they possibly have been with a view to using them for the abbey? There's a few shotties, unfortunately. This one's a 21 though, it's shallow, so a bit different. Sounds like a pound coin to me. Right. Might be something larger than that. Feel something down there. I don't know if that's a stone or might be a tin lid or something. Bits of sandstone, fortunately. Now that's fortunate. It wasn't the article, it was just sandstone that was sitting above it. That's what it is. Anyway, let's see what we've got. Certainly a loud signal. Oh, it's not very deep, it's in the side wall. I think is that a musket? Oh dear, scratched it, whatever it is. Something copper. That's a coin. First coin of the day anyway. It's been shot at, I think. I think that's what those... I found them with these dimples in before. I think in the war. They were used for shooting. Someone sort of wedged it into a tree or something and took shots at it. Can't think of any other reason unless it's a spade or a fork that's made those marks. Who is it? Right, I'll give it a clean and I'll come back. Right, I think that's a George VI penny, I would suggest. So 1930s or 40s. We'll have a closer look when we cleaned it up. Right, next find near to that penny is a modern button. That was 16 on the scale, off some jeans or something. Yeah, 9. I'm in those possibly Roman openings that were made either for sandstone or for iron. Anyway, very few signals around here, so if we do get one, it could be interesting, he says. Saying it's there. Alright, it's in my hand. Please don't be a shotty. Yep, it is, it's a shotty. Oh well. Right, after shotty, finally got a musket ball. 17 on the scale, that one. By this root, in amongst all these roots here. Right, quite a high number, 29 to 34. 1900s buckle. Right, back over to that spot where I found that anti-aircraft shell, or cartridge I should say. I found another one, another 20mm. There we go. Right, as you can see probably it's snowing quite a lot, although it's actually turning to sleet I think. And the time is 2:11. I'll keep going for a bit longer. Nothing coming up at the moment, unfortunately. It can be like that sometimes, detecting, so just keep persevering for an hour or so more. Just been digging one shotty after another, unfortunately. This one breaks the mould slightly. I think it's a 17. Slightly higher tone, but it may be a shotty, of course, because they come up all over the place. I see something round. No, I can't. I thought I could. Alright, time for the pinpointer. Ah, it is. It's another blooming shotty. It's been one after the other today. Right, first hunt of 2026. As
Over 50% of the finds this time were shotties, shotgun cartridge ends unfortunately, and I've got about 30 targets dug in total. Starting with the buttons, this one here is Victorian or Georgian. See the shank's broken, it's plain unfortunately. And the one on the left, I said it was off some jeans, but I think it's more likely to be similar vintage to the coin because it was found fairly near that coin, which is George V. So World War I, 1910 to 36, a 2-hole button. This is interesting, it's found under the conifers. The conifer area seems to cover what was originally on the 1951 aerial view, an opening in the wood. So there seems to be vestiges of World War I activity. That's an REM, Remington. They're imported from the USA to supplement the British ammo supplies in World War I, and that's a 303 remnant. We have a bit of shrapnel from a shell, exploded shell. 20mm round from a machine gun anti-aircraft type, either dropped from an aircraft or fired from a ground gun, not sure which. We have the remnant of an old torch, which I tried to get working, but it's pretty corroded. I managed to get the end off, so the bulb's okay, but the battery is completely shot, unfortunately. A couple of bits of lead, including a musket ball and a modern or 1900s buckle there. An eyelet from a canvas sheet, again indicating some sort of possible military presence. A ring pull and a bottle top. And that was it. Regarding why bodium was included in this video, basically the something called the Lowy, so the abbey that was built as a penance for the blood that was shed at the Battle of 1066 by William the Conqueror, had the grounds contained therein were referred to in the 12th century as a Lowy, and I explained that in my last video. And there's a 12th century description that describes the perimeter of the abbey lands, and it runs around in a clockwise direction. And what's interesting is that the bit that the bit that I've been detecting in the 12th century is described as bodium. So my take on that is essentially, having done a little bit of research, is that when Alf Hare and Alf Geet were kicked out of the manor at Bodiam, that's way before they built the castle, the Saxon thanes, the family that replaced them were in the 12th century known as the de Bodiam family. So a Norman family that replaced the Anglo-Saxon family that lived there, and they owned a lot of land in battle. And my take would be that we have around the boundary of the Lowy of the abbey an area of land which coincides with where I've been detecting called bodium, and I would suspect, although I could be wrong, it was land belonging to the de Bodiam family. Also on the east side of the abbey we have a wood that's called Great Wood these days, but it was formerly known as Bat's Wood, and there are documents pertaining to that also in the 12th century that describe it as Bodhurst. So Hurst means wooded hilltop, and it is described as Bodhurst. So that also could pertain to the de Bodiam family that in the 12th century owned a lot of land in battle. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry it's so short, but it's sometimes finds aren't that numerous, and anyway, you get an idea each time of what a real detecting outing is like. I don't know if I included that actually. It's a steel bullet. If anyone knows what caliber that is, I'd be interested, but it's got 2 rings and I don't know much about that one, but it looks pretty nasty. Yeah, happy 2026, and I look forward to seeing you on the next. Bye for now.